Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ebony Championship Wrestling. Welcome to the podcast where the square circle comes alive and we deep dive everything WWE from a diverse perspective. Tonight, we discuss the latest chapter in the Bloodline saga. Mommy vacates her titles, new tag team titles, and Bianca and Jade. My. The boys are here, we the ones, and this is ECW. Let's get it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans across the globe. I am the Jackie Miles, your final host, and I get the distinct pleasure of facilitating this powwow. Welcome to the screen, our resident tribal chief, Griff, aka Griff Nation. Find Griff on Instagram at GriffNation84 and X at CGriff84. Also on our screen is my big brother, the man of 37 holds, Mr. Dirt Sheets himself, Montay, aka Coach Montay. Follow him on Instagram at Coach Montay24. Behind the scenes, telling the dancers to do what they do, but watch his shoes, is my bodyguard, the wise man, B Dixx. Find him on Cash App at B Dixx989. Find us all on Instagram at Ebony Championship Wrestling and on X at Ebony Championship Rest. This episode is actually brought to you by Hood Herbalist, a juicing company that's here in Brooklyn. Shout out to my homegirl, Millie. Check her out on IG at _Hood Herbalist. Yep, that's right. Hit her up for all your herbal juice needs. Yes. I've tried it.
That can't be a real company name.
Recommend it. Absolutely, it is. Check her out. I'm telling you, 100%.
Nice.
_Hood Herbalist. My girl is saving the hood one juice at a time. I'm telling you. Check her out. Check her out.
Right.
Eat.
All right,
boys. Eat for that.
Let's get to the wrestling. Welcome, boys. Welcome back. Woo. How's everybody doing this week? Woo. Griff, how you doing, brother? Everything all right?
I think my battery in rest is back up to at least 80 to 90%. But God dog, with all the different chaos in the wrestling world and WWE, oh my goodness, I think I'm probably back down to 50%. Still trying to catch up on this rest and catch up my breath, man. And I'm just excited to be here tonight. New night recorded, and a lot to talk about. And I'm very interested. Been waiting patiently to get all your thoughts and get ready this discussion going on tonight, man. So, fellas, I'm off of Mania, and here we are. Ding, ding.
Coach, how's everything going, brother? Man. How you feeling?
Good, man. Good week. New beginnings, man. It's post-Mania season. And that means usually, hey, y'all, the difference is, think about it, under Vince's regime, we're kind of like, oh, well, we can take a break. We're not watching anymore, but now, what a difference a year make. We are officially in the Triple H era, and it's giving us more and more, every week. So I'm really excited to talk wrestling with y'all, this week, because, once again, another great SmackDown, the fresh Raw. So, hey, once again, new beginnings, and let's chop it up, man. Yeah, let's do it.
Good deal, brother. Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's jump right on in. As this has been an exciting wrestling week, the group chat's been kind of silent, because I don't know if that's out of shock, out of awe. Like, we don't know what to say, we don't know what to do, we don't know what's next, we don't know what's coming. But the tribal chief takes full responsibility for the loss on Sunday and blames that no one interfered, so he's taking responsibility. But then Solo turns to Jimmy and reveals that there are consequences to losing, as Tama Tonga would proceed to take Jimmy out and send the Bloodline shockwaves through the WWE universe. Excuse me, that's a tough word to say. Griff, you are the Bloodline adjacent member. You got to have some thoughts here, my brother, so let's go ahead and start with you. Griff, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's right. He is a long lost brother, right?
Hey, man. First and foremost, man. I was honored to be at that SmackDown last minute. Thanks to my boy D Flowers, man, for the sweet hookup. To see that happen, brothers, I'm gonna tell you guys, I was so excited because it made me think, and this is what I was waiting for today. Is how we talked about what inning are we in, and a lot of times we thought about that final and the bottom of the ninth inning is when Roman lose the championship, but technically we still got a long way to go, and that necessarily mean him losing the championship. But to see that debut of Tom come in and attack Jimmy, now I'm excited for this phase. Again, we talking about Marvel again. Now we had our Thor series, we had our Iron Man series. Now I'm excited to see the Loki series, which is now we're about to see a new phase of Solo and the story behind Solo in this next phase of the Bloodline.
Yeah, I texted you, Jackie, that night. I don't think you were watching. I said Solo has lost his rabbit mind, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to spoil it for you, but listen, it's the and I think I told you, Jackie, the sixth inning. I think that's what I told you. Yeah, it's the my prediction is about the sixth, right? Obviously the greatest WWE story in the history of the company takes another great turn. I actually, in the moment, I felt bad for Jimmy. I felt some sympathy for him. I was like, wow,
Okay.
somebody got to take it. But I also thought, like, wait a minute, like, who holding your ass accountable, Solo? You getting clowned on the internet, right? 0-38, right? Or so you've been jobbing ever since Royal Rumble, right? So hey, somebody got to get him. So now I'm kind of looking forward to this new wrinkle. I felt bad for Jimmy, but at the same time, I am excited to see this storyline move forward, man. And we got some great stuff. Yeah, what you think, Jack?
Yeah,
right,
bro,
toss
this
it
one
to
kind of
you.
caught me by surprise, honestly, because he a cousin too. Like, how many brothers and cousins and nieces and nephews is in this daggone family? Like, legitimately, I had no clue who he was. I apologize to the wrestling community for not knowing outside of WWE, but I had to go do some research Saturday night. Like, all right, who is that brother that was on
Who
my
is
screen?
this?
But yeah, you're right, brother. I gotta refer to the chart. My fault. I gotta go do my homework. I didn't know. But the possibilities coming out of this are endless, man, and I'm excited to just see how they set this
Yeah.
up. I saw what the internet is putting out there as far as like The Rock being the person that's behind it.
Yep,
Cool. That's fine. I don't want to speculate. I really, like, to Griff's point, I just got my popcorn and I'm ready to just watch it all. Ready to just watch it all.
Right.
But like, I mean, we wouldn't be a good podcast if we didn't ask the question, like, who do we think is behind this? Griff, go ahead.
Listen, I'm glad to swerve back my way because I don't know and I don't want to know. And it's looking like it could be Solo. It's looking like it could be Roman, and they look like it could be The Rock. Those are three possibilities. And the X factor in all this, to me, is Paul Heyman, because you can't trust a walrus. And this could all be a front and a fake just to play everybody else, and he could be behind this also. So this is exciting to see. I seen what the internet's putting out there, but back to the popcorn effect, I just want to enjoy this ride and see when it's time to reveal who is the tribal chief for calling the shots. That's who's gonna call the shot.
You're right. It is Griff. From afar, that brother spent one night with Musos after his show, and all of a sudden he calling shots.
He got it right.
Hey, you know what though? The one I was with, I'm not gonna name. We gonna wait till that time has come. But I think that's gonna be the next one coming down the line.
Yeah, I think so too. And
yeah.
But at the same time, man, this the possibilities could go anywhere with this, man. Because I was not expecting him. I was definitely expecting like Zilla and that crew, but I was not expecting this one. Like I said, I had to go do some homework, man. So I don't know, man.
Yes.
No, and you still got maybe two more to go. So
that's
like
what I'm
I
saying.
said, like Griff's boy is gonna come up.
Yeah.
I think when he showed the Samoan Spike messing with Paul Heyman, my gut is that because The Rock is so fixated on Cody, then I think my energy shifted back to Solo just going rogue. Because if y'all recall him, clowning, getting on Roman, yelling, there's various angles and other stuff that I've listened to. Because if you listen to the psychology there, when he was yelling at Roman, to finish him off. So there's a lot of, they showed some tension between those two, between Solo and Roman, toward before that Mania match, to where he was kind of drifting more so either on Rock's side or he's going to go by himself. So my gut is that Solo just on his own shit. So
it's interesting that you bring that up because I didn't even like put him at the head yet. I had him behind The Rock or Roman still. I did not put him at the head. So it's interesting that you put him there. And we didn't talk about this during the Hall of Fame situation. And I don't know if you could see it when you were there, Griff, but when when Roman came out, Naomi was standing with her ones up at one point. Like, also, Nia Jax had put her ones up at one point. So,
put
like,
her one up.
Yeah, like possibilities are endless now. And what this really did was, this opened the door for, like, this is outside of just these 5 or 6 guys that were included over the last 2 or 3 years. And we've always said down the line, like, what if this person joins? What if this person joins? We've always said that, but I don't know if we ever believed it. Now we kind of believe it. I don't know what your thoughts are to that, Coach. Now we kind of believe, like, the possibilities of anybody coming through the door are endless.
Yeah, possibilities are endless because now you have the 2 key players, the biggest stars that are out for a while, and then now they're letting these guys cook. They're finally letting the small talent do what they do. I don't want to say small talent, but obviously with the family, they're finally letting the family cook. Without the 2 head guys there, and this is setting up, yes, the Bloodline Civil War. Y'all remember, fellas, we talked about this when we first dropped this podcast. Like, what if they can do something like that? We really was talking about fatal 4-ways, and I think we weren't thinking big enough. But now this is branching off to the family to where we can damn near get a War Games match out of it. 5-on-5, whatever. But yeah, this is
game blouses
exactly
in this
what
mug.
I needed to see. Right. So
game blouses.
Possibilities are endless, and we could factor in. You're right. There's still room for some women. So who knows? Yeah, what you think, Griff?
Yeah, like I said, this is the next phase to open up Solo. Let's see him talk more. Let's see there's a backside of the story that ain't been told, from his end. We heard the Jimmy and Jay story from Brother to Brother, but we never heard the Solo story. We don't know if Solo is just saying, okay, enough is enough. And you remember, if you go back, looking at the details and the stories when the Usos were starting to beef with Solo and Roman, there was that one time when Jimmy said, hey, I don't want to be the tribal chief. He don't want to be the tribal chief, but the one that's next to you, that's the tribal chief. And that kind of set that face off with Roman and Solo. And looking at the small details lately, I've been noticing, and I think Coach, we had mentioned this when we last talked, that every time The Rock said certain things or The Rock did something, Solo was slowly drifting from Roman. You know what I'm saying? Or slowly drifting away. So those are the little small things where, like, it makes us say, man, we never saw this coming. But at the same time, they're saying, yo, if you paid attention to the body language, what we were saying before, we were giving y'all Easter eggs, what was to come. You know what I'm saying? So
Jackie, I got that. Me and Griff talked offline the other day, and I got that from another show that I had watched. Dude he's doing some good work. It's called Wrestling Reaction. So shout out to his podcast. He just started. And he just basically just gives us the details on, like, the little things that we never would think about. Like, when Rock and Solo was in the ring, he pointed out, like, hey, as time went along, when they was doing all throughout March, when they was doing those promos, Solo would drift more toward the Rock and away from Roman. But if you notice that Roman and Rock were always separated. So it's kind of like Solo was always in the middle of the allegiance, and as time went along, as it got closer to Mania, he drifted away from Roman. So that's where that Easter egg came from. Yeah.
I mean, we called for a fatal 4-way, like y'all said from the very beginning. And now, what if if we get 8 people involved in this situation, like this continues on, man. But I really didn't think about Solo being at the top of this and being like the person. Claiming himself to be the tribal chief now, which is very interesting given that we know Dwayne and Roman are still out there. So, so much more to do in this storyline, and so many places that it could go. And Griff, Get your popcorn, brother. Get your popcorn. This one's gonna be good.
I got it. Red Bacher. Let's go.
Yes, sir. On the opposite side of that, and we don't have to stay on this long, but Cody continues to cut promos as he goes from show to show to show. And one thing that I have noticed in his promos is that he continues to talk about The Rock, continues to talk about the final boss and their interactions.
Yep.
But no contenders yet. Like there's nothing been stated that he's going in any direction. There have been no interruptions, nothing that says this is a possibility to go with Cody. What are our thoughts here? Because it seems like he's in that Universal Champion limbo already.
Ooh.
That's going to be the contendership is very interesting. And last week at SmackDown, it came down to it's going to be the rematch of LA Knight and AJ for the number one contendership, which I got AJ winning. It makes sense in this scenario. And also, I think, Jackie, you sent out a text to the group about AJ. I think someone was saying about his time coming up and things like that. And I remember mentioning before they did a number one contendership that it would be nice to see him and Cody have a run, and it looked like we're going to get ready to see that real soon. But I think that's going to be his first contendership. Now, how that go, it's kind of difficult because you have Cody shooting promos. He's still talking about The Rock. We still got to wait for this, but also we got the draft coming up too. So we all know he's going to be exclusive to SmackDown. But the question is for me is with this, and we just saying AJ now, but it could turn into a triple threat, but I'm hoping it's AJ one-on-one. But we don't know if there's going to be a one-hitter or there's going to be a story that's going to come off of that with those as well, too.
Yeah, I think they do get a story. So, yes, it makes sense for Cody to go, to continue to take his victory lap, his victory week still with the new belt, going on both shows. And but giving his shots out to the people that helped him finish the story, and for example, tonight, giving his flowers to Seth, for being a shield, just using an example. But at the same time, setting up the triple threat, the two triple threat matches on SmackDown. It's obviously the fastest rising star, obviously LA Knight. But I really want to see him and AJ go at it because it looks like they have history. Obviously both holding the NWA belts, and so I'd rather see that story. So I'm pulling hard for Styles to go over on Friday and I kind of want to hear their story the next couple of weeks going into France for sure.
The correct storyline would be AJ and Cody, of course. But do we think that AJ and LA Knight, AJ and LA Knight are too deep in their feud for him to come out so fast, right? We've only had truly the one match between AJ and LA Knight. Obviously Friday we're gonna get a little bit more, but are they too deep in their feud for AJ to come out of that one and give us a storyline? Obviously we get a match at whatever Backlash, but do we get a storyline out of that is the question.
You mean story with AJ and Cody, or still the story with AJ and LA Knight?
Kind of the same question, right? Do we get a story of AJ and Cody because the storyline between AJ and LA Knight is so intense right now? Right? Like if we play in GM mode.
It's a great question.
If we play in GM mode, AJ and LA Knight is at a 4-star right now going into Backlash is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
So, do we get that storyline for Cody if it's between AJ and LA Knight? You know what I'm saying? Because they're so intertwined right now that I don't think Friday night is the go home for that rivalry. So like we're gonna get more out of that because it's so intense. It was only one round, like they said at the end of the show. It was only round 1 at WrestleMania. So we got to get at least 2 more out of that, right?
That's right.
Friday night is number 2. And then do we get something before Backlash? Would love to hear your thoughts. I feel like I'm explaining.
No. This is a good question, but this is the trick I had mentioned. And again, I don't want to go into the predicted fantasy, and that's what I was kind of thinking along the side too, where we at round 2, and do we jump from round 2 and have a 1-1 tie and go straight to a storyline with Cody, and then leave that rubber match there for later? Or do it turn to a situation where it could be like a double count on WQ and they can turn to a triple threat? Or I don't know. But that is a trick question. It's kind of like weird to have a tie rubber match going into a new storyline in this case of scenarios. But it's a wait and see on Friday. I mean, never say never. We don't know what the outcome going to be on that, but definitely AJ Styles and Cody is something new. They ain't never been seen. I'm interested to it, but then I get your point too. The trick catch-22 is you have round 2, and if LA Knight goes 2-0 and wins, then okay, that one was probably over. But if AJ ties it, you still got something lingering here, but then you start something new over here. And what does that do for LA Knight in this situation too to get that tie done?
Coach?
Yeah, I was automatically thinking when he gave AJ his love, saying, "Hey, you know, we both held NWA belts and his rich history." I was thinking from a pure wrestling standpoint, like, okay, whoever comes out on top, I would rather see those two go at it. But now I'm sitting, Jackie, you raised a good question, and that's some thoughts there. 1-1 tie, you got to have a rubber match somewhere. My gut is saying Shenanigans is going to go down on Friday. Give them one more shot at it. Worst case, triple threat. That's where, my gut, I'm saying that's why I said worst case.
But the reason I say ill is because then it looks like Cody is just joining the party. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It just makes it seem like he's like, oh, what's happening over here? Let me come over here and wrestle real quick.
Let me come over here.
But that's my point of the question. It's because it seems like that's the whole thing, because involving them, AJ Styles and LA Knight in it, it makes it seem like he's just joining the situation, just joining the party. And it doesn't look like there's an actual story coming out of it. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, in theory, LA Knight should, sad as, you guys know how I feel about LA Knight. In theory, LA Knight should just go ahead and challenge for because he won the blow off at Mania. In theory, he should be the one to go to the match. But for some strange reason, hey, there's a rematch clause. AJ gets one more shot. They got to give him one more
That's
night
not
to show this
rematch
darker
though.
character.
That's not rematch though.
Well,
that's not rematch coming up.
It's rematch.
That's the two triple threat matches coming together.
Okay. Well, booking has allowed them to see each other again. My fault. Yeah, my fault. But yes, in theory, it should be LA Knight. but I'm saying what I want to. But I'm giving you my opinion who I want to see, and I want to see AJ.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying. Got it.
Okay. That's who I want to see.
Yeah, AJ, especially with this new character and everything, really fits the description. It may could come down to a point AJ ties it this week, and then somehow LA Knight gets involved in the championship match that causes that third rubber match to go down. That's another possibility that can also happen too. But for me, I really am for AJ. But the trick is, because you're coming off this hiatus from Mania and you tie this up, then there has to be some kind of tiebreaker somewhere down the line. But I'm definitely all in for AJ and Cody because it's something new, and then we present something new, a new rival, new story in this new era going forward.
Yeah.
I guess the nostalgia in me is saying like fresh out of WrestleMania, new title, new person holding the belt. Let's go ahead and somebody call him out from the very beginning, and let's jump into a storyline.
Yeah.
It just seems like his storyline right now is to jump into someone else's. Go ahead, Coach.
True.
I agree with you. That's what I guess that's what we used to get in the previous regime, right?
Yeah.
Somebody calling their shot right away, calling their Babe Ruth shot. But yeah, this is. But the only thing that Paul Levesque is doing, I've been calling him by his government name lately, since everybody else doing it. But it seems like he's getting everybody else a chance to contend for it, and get their shot. And then, but building new feuds out of these matches too. So just watch for that.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully that they can get a feud that's interesting or intriguing to some extent, outside of the LA Knight and AJ stuff. Like outside of that situation, I want it to be something else. But now Let's turn our attention. Clearly frustrated in the promo, and rightfully so, as Rhea Ripley gets hurt outside of the ring.
Yeah.
In a segment that sets up Liv Morgan's revenge tour. So Mommy S must take time to take some time to heal, excuse me. And so we're gonna get a new champion soon. So my first question is, before we even jump into the Rhea and Liv portion of this, my first question is, who picks up the ball and runs with it? Who picks up the ball and
Nia
runs
Jax.
with it? Ooh, okay. Nia Jax.
Quickly, do they have the match and the participants, or what type of match is going to be? Is it a tournament, or is it going to be like
Nothing
or
was
it's
said.
not even announced yet?
Nothing was said. Just a fire promo from Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Okay. In this case, for me, I'm going with Nia.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Dark Horse. And don't worry, I'm gonna come back around and everybody can explain themselves, because y'all can't just throw Nia's name out there and not say why. I'm gonna go with a dark. Well, I'd like to hear from y'all first before I give my response.
Oh Lord,
Coach, why Nia Jax, Coach?
She's polished. She went over there to Perth and gave her a good match. We have said this has been a year of improvement for her. So far in 2024, she has been much improved. Mike, the in-ring safety, her ability, the trust that she has, that she's got, from upper management to take care of Rhea out there. So and plus, hey, she's a badass. She's been taking care of business. She had a great feud with Becky Lynch. To get her ready for Rhea Ripley's feud. And then tonight, man, listen, man, hey, the great promo, like I said, just once again showing her polished skills on the mic. I think she's ready for the belt.
Okay.
2 reasons for me. Keep it on the top heel in the women's division. Outside of Rhea, the next person in line, in my view, was Nia. And secondly, Bloodline rules. You know what I'm saying? Like she's improved in every area. She's thrown that ones up. She was the next person in line. Again, Becky's on book tour. The other girls are still trying to figure out in this tag team division and everything else. Liv, I just don't see it. I think it was just a fluke and a luke and a luck of a draw. Going crazy and just being out of control last week that caused this situation to happen. However, Nia, because Bloodline rules, and she's a top heel behind Rhea going forward, that's going to carry that belt and maintain.
Y'all not putting it on Liv yet? Y'all not putting it on her to hold on to it until Rhea comes back and beats the hell out of that woman?
Nah,
no. Okay. Okay. Standing by it. All right.
The only thing.
All right, man. Hold on. I'm waiting for you, because this is the type of stuff like you know how they're like, you don't want to hear your thoughts first.
No surprises. No surprises. I was actually pulling my baby off a book tour. Come on back off a book tour for just a second. Hold on to this title for a few minutes. Ride this out. Ride this wave with us for a second until we can get this right, and then go back on your book tour. But that wouldn't make sense. I get why that doesn't make sense. That's why I hesitated. No surprises this time. No surprises. But obviously Rhea is quite upset with how this went down. It was definitely like you said, Griff, a fluke with her getting hurt outside the ring and not inside the ring. And that one's a tough one, man. That one's a tough one. To not even be in competition, and now you got to be out for a couple months. That's the only thing that stopped your run. That's tough. So I can understand the frustration. Yeah, go ahead, Griff.
It hurts. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared watching that segment at Raw last Monday in Philly, when out of nowhere, when that chair literally hit her upside her head, I was like, oh my God. That's what freaked me out at first. Yeah. But I'm more disappointed, and I don't mean this to say like I'm mad at Liv Morgan. Accidents do happen. I know it wasn't intentional, but it's disappointing because here's someone who defeated two of the top women at both WrestleManias back to back, and on this streak of being champion. And we'll never know what the outcome of her run was going to be, and who's going to be the one to dethrone her. And unfortunately, she had to drop it because of an injury. That happened backstage and not even in the ring in the match. So that's what was disappointing for me, and also disappointing that to see her emotional like that because I know she was hurt. This wasn't like the other ones that was vacant. Like you could tell, like even her promos, like she was mad. You know what I'm saying? And I was really hurt for her, and I was more disappointed. Like again, I'm not mad and disappointed at Liv, but more disappointed in the situation. But come on, man, like dang. That sucks.
Sure.
Yeah.
B Dixx, I too am upset with Ridge Holland. Y'all shamed that man all the way out of wrestling and to the commentator's desk. But anyway, let's pivot and keep it in the women's division.
Crazy.
And turn our attention to what has the potential to be the greatest tag team, the greatest split up, the greatest feud, to then the greatest rivalry of all time. And I mean that on not just the women's side. But Bianca and Jade have now teamed up and have proven that there indeed is a God, first of all. But Bianca and Jade now are a team, and while Jade only did 3 moves, there's some potential here for this to be great. And Coach, I'm sure you had the same thoughts as I did, so go ahead, brother.
It's oh yeah, it's the kick, it's the splash and the corner turnbuckle, and then it's the revamp version of Beth Phoenix's Beth Phoenix's finisher, whatever that was. But yeah, no, there is a guy we fantasy booked this rather than going against each other or tagging. I like this because again, Bianca's going to put her under her wings, and I think she's actually not only going to pick up from Performance Center, she's going to learn from the great. Yep. And this is good. Like Bianca's obviously going to do the work, and then Jay coming in being a powerhouse, getting a hot tag and finishing it off. But I'm looking for her development through this as they gel, and it's a good look for Bianca too. This is it's a new lane. She's done her thing in the singles role. She's been a great champion, and now she's bringing sister under her wings, and I'm excited about it, man. Yeah. What you think, Griff?
Absolutely. 10 stars out of 10 stars. The most powerful, probably dominant women tag team of all time. Like, I mean, those two when they and they already have the chemistry, as it seems like, but there's more to come with that. When they really start having like real matches, like it's to the point they just both showing off. Like I saw even Bianca getting a little cocky, like dusting her hands off, like, okay, I'm with you, like this ain't nothing. I was like, all right, here we go. This is the kind of stuff we talk about, like, yo, walk your walk, talk your talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, show them, like, hey, they have this aura to me. It's more than arrogance. It's not cockiness. It's this aura saying, like, look at us. Like, we putting in that work in the gym. Yep. We putting this work in our bodies. Like, we know us together, ain't nobody in that locker room, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, ain't nobody stopping us. So I'm all for the flexing. I'm all for the, okay, who's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is more than the fantasy, man. This is like a moment that for all of us to really enjoy while it's in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, a year ago this time, these two were champions in different promotions running those companies. And now here we are a year later, them together. This is the dream come true. And I'm just like in the moment, like show up on any show. I'm for it, but it's different for Bianca because we know Bianca's been on this singles run as a champ. To see her go in the tag team and do something different, you know, that's great on her, but also gives her the opportunity to uplift another sister and take her to higher heights as well in this run.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would make this better is if they were actually heels, because the personas that we would get of them as heels would be
Oh yeah.
completely different. While I'm with you on the face side and like they're showing some confidence and things like that, I don't even think it's like cocky or confident. I think it's we all understand that these glamazons are like have the ability to do whatever they want to in this ring, and so who's really going to argue with them at this point? So I don't even think it's cockiness or confidence or whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's any of it. I think it's just we all acknowledge that these women are real, right? And like you guys said, Bianca is going to take her under her wing. She's going to learn so much more in this situation. And I'm sorry, this one's hard to not fantasy book in my head because I see one of them turning at some point. Them having a rivalry and a feud and that situation, and man, I see this like being really, really good. And obviously I want them to slow play it because you got to let Jade get to the point where she can actually contend with Bianca, right? And maybe that's why they're not leaving her alone. Maybe that's why they put her in a tag team with her so that they can learn and build her up, to your guys' point.
Yeah, they genuinely like each other too. I know you mentioned the chemistry. She said in numerous interviews how much that she's been grateful of Naomi and Bianca and bringing her along, as well as other people that's been pouring into her so far on her journey. Yeah, patience is a virtue, y'all. Everything paid off. We glad they slow played her. They're showcasing her right. Hey,
3 moves.
My wish is for her to, like I said, hey, let's get past the 3 moves and let's show what you've been learning, boo. That's kind of that's where I wanted to see here in the next couple weeks. And but yeah, we'll get that with Bianca as time goes. But I will say this: look out, Kabuki Warriors. So yeah, they're gonna get it here soon.
What can you do as a Kabuki Warriors when you're going up against?
But dog, can y'all imagine how far Kyrie Sane gonna fly and one of them get a hold of her and like just toss her, bro?
Or at least when Wise Man said one of them got to catch her off the top rope.
Right, make sure you catch her off the top rope. Make sure you bring her down. Make sure you bring her down. But like we said about the Bloodline situation, possibilities are endless here because these women can be good if they put in the work as far as like ring stuff. Bianca's there. Jade has some time to catch up, but this one could be pretty good here. So New World Tag Team titles. R-Truth and The Miz come together to give us an epic promo alongside Tommaso Ciampa and Adam Pearce.
That segment was everything.
I love the fact that Tommaso Ciampa, the real Tommaso Ciampa, is actually buying into the DX situation and making this that much better. But we got New World Tag Team titles, man, and those titles look good or bad. Love to hear your thoughts. Good or bad, Griff?
Right now, I gotta get used to them, so I'm not fond on them just yet.
Okay,
I gotta get used to them. They just look like it was something made in the classroom and put together by Elmer's glue.
Oh no!
And
oh no!
Yeah, oh no, hell no, boy. Nappy Roots. No, but on the real, man, I'm not knocking them. I just gotta get used to them. They just they're not my cup of tea as of right now. But I thought it'd have been a little bit more grander than yet. But yeah, just gotta get used to them. See what happens.
Coach, like them or love them, or like them, hate them.
I like them. I don't love them. They look so much better than the previous ones. I don't know what the silver. I don't know what that was, a Trojan head or something. Spartan head that was on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gives it more of a prestigious feel. It looks like Rhea's belt. They kind of taking the same design. Every belt's kind of taking that same design as far as that gold in the middle and then the WWE logo. But yeah, I like them. Fresh new look, man. They look good on them too. On Miz and Truth.
Yeah, I kind of like them. I like that they added a little bit of color to them. But I can understand why Griff is saying what he's saying. They remind me of Seth and Rhea's titles, and I think that's where we're kind of going with this new era. They remind me of those titles, so I was kind of like, oh, they're just like copies of that. But the fact that they added some color to it kind of made it stand out a little bit more to me. So, like you said, Griff, it's gonna have to grow on us. But for now, my first impression is that I like it. I like them. We'll see what happens. I'm intrigued to know what they do for A-Town Down Under when we get back on SmackDown, because obviously we got to switch those titles up. And if you're not the World Tag Team titles, what are you?
The WWE Tag Team Champions.
Okay, so you got to go WWE Tag Team. Okay, all right. I can work with that. I think I can work with that. That makes sense for A-Town Down Under to be that version of it. I would say that. You know, let the young brothers just, y'all work right here. Y'all work at WWE. Y'all don't need to go out into the world yet. Yeah, y'all stay in this little area. Stay in this area. Don't go outside this area.
Stay in this lane.
Right.
Stay right here.
Because the way they got him. No, we didn't talk about this last week's show. The way they got him was so stupid. It was clunky. Like, hey, we didn't understand. Because remember, y'all, hey, the rules of that match was kind of funky, bro. It was not clear. Yeah, it was very weird. So the way they got him.
If I'm grabbing at one title, why can't I just grab over and get the other ones? Even if my ladders, I'll swing over. Never mind. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. Keep going.
Know what I'm saying? And then when they got him down, they got their ass whooped on the way out. Like, hey, you grab the belts. Here's your ladder.
Come take this bump for your title.
Here's your ladder bump.
Don't take this bump.
It was weird.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Rey Mysterio. And the only reason I bring this up is because if you didn't watch that match, brother, please go back and fully watch that match.
That was a match. Yes,
man, they cooked, and I'm not a Rey Mysterio fan, but I do give credit where credit is due, and they handled that one. That one, please go back and watch that match if you did not. And then so that was SmackDown's main event, and then we turn to tonight's main event, Raw. Sami Zayn defeats Chad Gable in a good match. And then Gable gives his response, and thank you. I'm happy with this.
Didn't we call it last week?
Griff, go ahead, start it off, brother.
It made sense. We all discussed it. Excuse me, last week. It made sense. How we felt about Sami in the situation with Gunther, and it only put Chad in this situation where he had to go heel if this story is going to go on. So it was no surprise. It was just a matter of, okay, it's 11 o'clock. Is it going to happen? And right when he went to his wife, and I seen Sammy's face like blew up, I'm like, he wrapped that gut, and there that suplex was. So not surprised by that. Definitely a banger match, but it made sense, and we all mentioned it last week on the last week's show that Chad has to go heel in this situation to further along this storyline between the two of them.
Coach,
man, they counted 1, 2, 3, and I immediately went to my phone to jot down my Raw emotions. I was cussing again in my notes, like they did it to him again. Like why? Why are we burying this guy who worked so hard? Like I was upset, and then I stopped. I'm still writing down what I'm gonna prepare for the night, and then I just get excited again. I say yes. I jump up and say hell yeah. I say thank God. That was
some real emotion out of Coach. Got some real emotion out of Coach.
I said thank freaking God, because I was like, he's going over there, kissing his people or whatever and all of that. And I saw that German suplex. I was like, yes, thank the Lord. And now we can actually get something going get them cooking. I don't know if it maybe at Backlash, but now we get a few weeks to tell tell the real story and get him. I don't know, get him a legit rematch. What do y'all think? Does he get another one now that he's turned, or What you think, Jackie? Like,
Hell yeah.
Does he deserve it? Yeah.
Hell yeah. And I hope he fully turns heel. And I hope he brings all of Alpha Academy with him. And I hope let's go at this. Like, right? Listen.
No, that's facts.
I don't know if he deserves another title shot, but we definitely got a rivalry out of this now. We definitely got a feud out of this, or whatever you want to call it. So we definitely there's something to talk about now. There's something to care about in this situation now. And my feelings towards Sammy have not changed because I don't believe him to be an underdog. And now Chad Gable's gonna show him why. And let's beat his ass a couple weeks and then take his title from him. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't need another Sami Zayn run. I'm sorry, I may be hating in this situation, but I don't necessarily need a Sami Zayn run.
Jim Cornette said it too. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next week when Chad cuts the promo, the heel promo. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to hear exactly how he's feeling. I'm looking to hear his emotions. I'm looking for him to. I'm almost looking for him to be the Miz in the Daniel Bryan situation and just let everything out. Like I did this. I'm screwed here. Every time I had this, and he just let it all go. That's going to put him over the top as that heel. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't see him no longer with Alpha Academy, especially with the direction Otis and Tozawa is going. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those AJ Styles situations where I'm this dark heel and deuce to the OC and deuce to Alpha Academy. This all about me, and I'm on a mission right now. But next week, I'm looking forward to that promo, that heel promo, and him just let loose.
Man, I said weeks ago he need to get rid of that stupid shoosh-ish. So I let's hey, I love Otis. Otis is great entertainment. Hey, I get a laugh every time he on the screen because he gonna do something to make me laugh. But it's time to get it's time to get raw. It's time to get uncut. And I'm here for the raw and uncut Chad Gable. I'm not. He can still maybe keep his Kurt Angle 2.0 gimmick or whatever. But let's keep it real. Let's show this. Let's really do this heel run the right way.
Y'all not here for the Maxine heel run? Y'all not here for the Maxine heel turn? All of Alpha Academy could turn heel right now? No? All right. Never mind. Y'all remember when Tozawa was a ninja?
Got the draft coming.
Y'all remember when Tozawa was a ninja?
Yes.
Like, what the?
I missed that. No, wait. I missed that part.
What the? Bro. And you probably should keep it that way. And you probably should keep it that way if you missed it.
Okay, I missed.
And you probably should keep it that way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up, gentlemen. Obviously, there's so many things happening in WWE, and we cannot hit on all the things in this show. So we're going to switch this up now and do what's called a lightning round and recap on some things that we cannot discuss fully, but we just want to hit a quick hit. So we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. And for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to give some topics here. And we're going to see what the boys think towards each topic. And here we go. Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffany. Griff, what'd you think?
Man, I'm thankful for that segment because Bayley coming out was a great look, but also that created one of the best matches of the night between Tiff and Naomi. Naomi got the win, but at the same time, Tiff Stratton is on her way, and I was excited for that match, and here we are.
Yeah.
Thought those might be your thoughts. DIY is the number one contenders for the world tag titles. Coach, you got some thoughts?
Hey, it's good to see DX back. The Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano actually, back with a solid push. Hey, wishing the best. They're gonna give Miz and R-Truth a great match. To start off them contending for the title. So look forward to that. They earned it. Let's get it for them.
B-Fab's pump kick is my topic of conversation because she has kicked the nose off of Scarlett, and old girl from what's her name. So
more than once.
I want more B-Fab pump kicks. That's all I got to say here. Sheamus returns, fella. Who got this one?
Hey, it was good to see the man back in 8 months. And if y'all noticed, he went back to the old theme song from back when he first debuted back in WWE. So looking forward to see what this Celtic Warrior is going to bring to the table. Welcome back, Sheamus.
Maxine had a good match. Okay. WWE is trying out some new camera angles. Coach, what you think?
The greatest thing about them firing that old production manager. I love the new guys that got in charge. We actually immersing the WWE universe into the world, the fourth wall, as you call it, Jackie. And I'm here for it, man. Love it. Every single bit of it. Every show. It's wrestling's cool again. Let's keep them coming.
Damian Priest steps up in the Judgment Day and shows that he is actually the leader now. That was probably me. No, actually, go ahead. It probably was me. Yeah, but that is what it is. Damian Priest is stepping up. Mommy is stepping out, and he's clearly saying, like, I'm the world champion. I'm the world title holder now. Y'all got to follow me. Everybody jump on board, and I'm here for it. Coach, really quickly, Drew can't buy a bucket.
Hey, you only as good as the shot you don't take.
There it is. Yep.
Drew's gotta come back. Drew's gotta come back, man. I think his comeback tour is coming. I think whoever, I don't know if they're gonna book him for Backlash, but my favorite guy right now, I'm kind of worried about. I ain't gonna lie, but we gotta book him right to get him back on the right track. Hopefully this contract situation gets fixed and let's get him back toward that world title.
Last but not least, Liv Morgan is on a revenge tour. Griff.
If I understand you on this revenge tour, but you just created yourself to be the most hated woman in wrestling today. So good luck to you. I'm gonna keep you in prayer. And when Ripley come back, she's coming for your she's coming for your blood, coming for blood, and coming for your soul.
That's it.
Wrestling is indeed cool again, man. There's so many things that we could discuss, so many things that we could talk about, but we ain't got all day to talk about it. So we're going to go now to one of my favorite segments that we haven't hit in quite some time. Triple H has kind of taken over with the new era. I know we're calling it the Paul Levesque Triple H, all the different things era, and clearly new things are happening. New camera angles, like I said. The Kevin Owens promo the other night on SmackDown was my favorite because it, like I said, broke the fourth wall that in a totally different way that we normally wouldn't see. And maybe it was just my feeling, but it really felt like he was approaching the camera in a totally different way. So you can tell that things are different when it comes to this. So I want to get your thoughts on what the future is going to be in WWE by a segment we call Push One, Turn One, Title One. All right, so this is going to be, you're going to push one star who is not necessarily getting a push right now, somebody that's maybe back in catering that you deserve some shine. At one point, this was Jinder Mahal for Coach. I just want you to remember that you pushed Jinder Mahal at one point, okay?
And he's back there eating again. So that was my bad.
Again.
You're right, wise man. Hey, it was a glimmer of hope when he got in the match with Seth Rollins. I thought they was on to something.
The internet put this man into a match, and Coach was like, "Yeah, that's my champion. Let's go, baby. Let's go."
I didn't say champion. I said, "Hey, let's try to get him up."
You said push him. That means never mind. All right, here we go. We're gonna turn one. And turn one means that anybody that's a face right now that you think would be better as a heel, or anyone that is a heel now that you think would be better as a face. And then we're going to title one, and that means that we're going to give the title to someone we think deserves a title. All right. Any questions, gents, as we jump into this segment? Griff,
let's go.
Griff is on ready, the line of scrimmage and ready to go. We ain't even broke the huddle yet. Okay, Griff, let's start with you.
And it's 3-point stance. Right.
We doing turn first?
No, sir. We're gonna start with push one.
Push.
We push
Slow
one.
down.
All right.
We're gonna
right.
All right.
Come on, Bobby Boucher.
I ain't trying to go all sides now. We got a state champion quarterback right here.
Bobby
All
Boucher.
right, brother.
I ain't trying to get. I ain't trying to get cussed out and no headlock in the locker room.
Right,
That's true.
facts. Right.
I used
All
to
right,
do that
push
shit
one,
too.
brother.
Go ahead.
Push one. Here we go.
Push one. I'm going with my baby Indy Hartwell.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm with it. Okay. Coach, who you push?
Yeah. Because of the good work that he's done with Judgment Day and going through them, he's starting to get his mojo back a little bit. Let's push Ricochet again.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go into the depths of catering and pull this brother out. Can I get Apollo Crews back, bro? Can I get Apollo Crews going once? You know what I'm saying? It ain't even got to be a part of Titus Worldwide, but I'm just saying, can I get my boy, back
the
out?
one with or without the accent?
Either one, bro. Like he was missing an eye in NXT and was talking about like he found clarity and stuff. Like, all right, whatever. Just come back into the ring, brother. I don't need no promos. Just come back into the ring.
Hey, why hasn't he been released?
Hey, brother, hold on. That you call over that man's job. But to answer the question, you know you black, right? But to answer the question, I'm just
curious.
bro.
Like, I'm glad he's around, but I'm like, hey, like it's okay. He been around a while, not doing nothing.
I don't know, man. Like the brother's strong, the brother's gifted, athletic. Like there's some use for him. They can find somebody to wrestle him. You know, but
something.
I don't know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We got to push him again. Let's put him back out front. All right, let's turn one. This is the person that you want to turn. Griff, I know you was waiting on this one. Go ahead, brother.
EST.
Ooh, okay.
Already.
So, okay, let me ask you this, Griff. So in the future, maybe a year or so down the line, after this tag team has done all the things that they needed to do as a tag team, do you have Bianca turning on Jade or do you have Jade turning on Bianca?
Bianca turned on Jade.
Okay. Same question to you, Coach. Do you see it that way? Griff, you got to explain that. Sorry.
Sure.
Griff.
Sure.
Go ahead, Griff.
Sorry.
Sure. I knew it was coming. I was waiting for Coach to get done.
Sorry.
Well, here's the thing. New kid on the block is Jay. So Bianca's going to feel some type of way, like, you're not going to take all my thunder and my shine. Like, I'm the one that been here. You just got here. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be in this position because it was for me. I think it's going to go in that angle. But let's not forget, Bianca was once heel, and that's very low key when she was in NXT. So go back and rewatch her heel work in NXT, and I think that side is going to come back even better than ever. And I see her going heel in this situation because it's about time, and I think this is a test to see how the crowd is going to take both of them on. But it makes sense for Bianca to go heel, and Jade is the face because you need to keep Jade to be more over, and Bianca is a heel to put Jade over. Is a better situation than Jade going heel and Bianca the face because she's already over.
Okay. Coach, how do you see it?
Are we still on Jade? You still want me to address Jade and Bianca?
Yeah. Who do you see turning?
Oh, I actually see the opposite. I actually see Jade coming in. I'm more the powerhouse. Hey, thank you. I see the student turning on the teacher, so that's my deal. Like, I think Jade's heel work in AEW was pretty good. I mean, granted, she was doing squash match all the time, but I did like her heel character over there, which in AEW.
Okay,
for sure.
I'm with Coach. I see. I don't see it. Let me rephrase this. I guess I'm with you, Griff. It makes more sense for Bianca to do the turning. I wish Jade turned. That's what I want to say. I hope that Jade turns because you're gonna pull out a different element out of her. In my mind, we know what Bianca is gonna do from that heel standpoint. But think about like what Jade could do as a heel with Bianca coaching her in that in that feud,
Yep.
right? And so
Mhm.
you might get a different animal out of that heel versus Bianca. But that's just a wish.
Yeah.
But to your point, Griff, I do see and understand why you're saying Bianca in that situation.
It's a great storyline either way.
Either way, like I said, this has a potential to be really, really high up on the list if done correctly. If paid attention to by Triple H, right? Because they forget some other stuff is happening outside the bloodline from time to time. So
no doubt.
Hopefully they paying attention. Coach, who did you want to turn, brother?
Speaking of bloodline, and I've been clamoring for this. I'm still praying. We know there is a God, so I'm glad she's back. She would not be a B+ player. She will move into A- A if she does this. I'm waiting on the glow. The glow gotta go. Especially if you know when you dropped it, when you getting ready to lose a Bailey. We already know you're getting ready to lose a Bailey.
Damn.
In order for her to have staying power, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it like I just want her to just do something different. That's just where it is now.
All right, you tired of the glow?
Because I want her to have staying power. And Griff, I think me and you talked about this offline like numerous times. I want her to have staying power, and the only way for her to really have staying power, where the WWE is going, is get her out the glow gimmick.
Hold on, Coach, because you
gotta realize, and possibly align her and get her aligning. No, hear me out, and get her aligning with possibly the bloodline, maybe with her husband's angle with getting her in the yes, and staying power for Yvette wise, man. That's just my gut. Like I don't want her to be in obscurity when it comes to the booking. Remember, it's all booking. I love her as a talent. I love her, all of that. But it's just, I want her in something in a substantial feud. I get that's what I'm saying. My stand by that.
But that I don't think. I don't think she's missed any time when she's been in WWE, if you get what I'm saying, right? Outside of the Sasha Mercedes situation when that happened. Outside of that, like Naomi was pretty much on the show. And outside of like us who may not be a Naomi fan, like she has a huge following, right? Like she has a huge like, she got a gang behind her, right? And so like outside of us, like
that's good.
Outside of us, like maybe she doesn't catch our eye in the ring or creatively. Like she's still got some people behind her, and she's had a career in WWE. Let's say it that way.
Yeah. And I'm giving her that. I want to see her in the title light. I want them looking at her as like, we can put the belt back on her and she can have a solid reign. I just see her just maybe doing that as a bad gal. I want her around. I love her work. I just want it in a different light.
Okay. You just want to see her join the bloodline like the rest of us. Everybody's joining the bloodline.
Yeah.
Similar to the NWO back in the 90s. Everybody's joining. We're going to get a bloodline wolf pack in a minute. And
that is true.
It's coming.
Oh, not.
It's coming.
Too much.
It's coming.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Hey, they about
Don't worry
to
about
have
it.
five different music tracks and all that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a black and white bloodline. It's gonna be a black and red bloodline.
Red.
All
red.
Yeah,
all red, all black.
Here it comes. Okay, so the person that I want to turn might not be on your list, but Logan Paul. Logan Paul, I think, needs to go face. It's really hard to boo him right now. It really is. And I know the WWE universe is like booing him because he's a quote unquote outsider. But if you're a true wrestling fan and you're watching what this man is doing,
you cheering him.
I mean, you like, how can we boo, right? Like similar to the street profits, like everybody wanted us to stay healed. Like, okay, I get that, I understand that, I'm behind it. But like, I think we're getting to the point where Logan Paul is slowly turning face because people are getting behind him and people are seeing the things that he's doing in the ring. like I said, he got me.
Yep.
He got me at WrestleMania, and just looking back to like the matches with like Roman and things, he got me. So
agreed.
I don't know if we flip him, he might, he might do something better. I don't know. All right, let's go to title one. Somebody who does not have a title, who may not have had a title in quite some time. Who do you believe should get a title?
Griff.
Can I let Coach go first on this one?
Sure.
No, because you probably got mine. Nia freaking Jax.
Okay.
I'm telling her ASAP.
Drinking the Kool-Aid,
Especially, and then because I had that spot blank because I was still thinking about it. Then when I saw the promo, I was like, "Yep, here we go." Like I'm ready for it. She needs to come and get it. Especially, I mean, it's by unfortunate circumstances that it's vacated, but what better time than now?
Sure.
Yep.
You want me to go, Griff, or you want to back clean up here?
Like, why is it taking?
You want me to go?
I'll go. I got a message for Bailey.
I thought he was already at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right.
Hey, my message is for Bailey. Be careful and pay attention. Money in the Bank is right around the corner because it's gonna be Tiffy time real soon.
That's a good answer.
You think she's gonna win the Money in the Bank? Interesting.
That's my favorite. If she's in the match, that's she gonna be my favorite.
Okay. All right. I'm with that.
So that's your title. That's your pick. Okay.
Write that one down, B.
That's if she in the match.
Write that one down, B.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Griff said it.
Far too in advance.
Tiffy's in the Money in
No,
the Bank.
we write it down so when we get in the chat when the PLEs come, we got receipts.
For sure.
No. Right after Raw, you said no.
With Griff, we got to get receipts.
Right.
Like,
oh yeah.
That's funny. All right, my title one. Here's why Baron Corbin should be in the title picture. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No, but my title one is the girl I've been talking about for quite some time now is Chelsea Green, and Brian texted me and asked why she was back in the tag team, and I'm like, I don't know if it matters, but she's on both shows right now, and like that should speak something, right? Like last week she took an L to Jade on Raw, and then she went over to SmackDown. Took an L over there, whatever. But then she gets to
Bianca, right?
Yeah, you're right. But then she gets to win tonight, and I know that's probably the Canada thing, but she's on both shows, so they're keeping her relevant, and they're keeping her and Piper out there, on the show. So I think it's time to give her a title, man. And I agree with Brian. She doesn't need to be in the tag title division anymore. Go in and give her a title. Go and give her that mid-card title that we've been talking about for quite some time here.
Speaking of that, I didn't realize till I watched the replay of Stand and Deliver that they're doing a North American women's mid-card.
Yes,
and,
they are.
Mid-title. Mid-card. And is that a
hope,
door
right?
opening for WWE? Yes.
Gives you hope, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It makes you think that like you're going to get an Intercontinental title at some point. Hopefully. Yeah. I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, it's Triple H's era. Here we go. We got new tag titles. Why not add a couple more titles in there?
Women's Intercontinental on Raw and the Women's United States on SmackDown.
Wow.
Yep. I'll take it.
Opening some doors. Yep.
I'll take it. Because think about what you got, right? Like you're forcing Chelsea back into this tag title with Piper when you know like she probably could do something. To your point, Griff, if Tiffany Stratton, if she at some point picked up the United States title for the women's, whatever it may be, that she could hold on to that for a while, and they could slow burn her and make sure like they're actually building up the star that they need her to be. Right. So I know this is a time constraint thing, and like there's only so much time you can get on TV. The Bloodline takes an hour and a half every week. I get it, but like. I just see like more opportunities for those women when it comes to that. I don't know.
How do you
Yo,
think? How do you
and
guys
I
think? How do you guys think Piper does by herself when it does happen?
Probably one of the safest
Piper
wrestlers.
could, you know what?
Mm.
Hey, fellas, yo, wait, fellas. I watched NXT UK
Yep.
couple nights ago, and I was watching the women matches, and oh my god,
Yep.
Isla Dawn, Blair Davenport, like what they're doing to NXT ain't nothing compared to how they was throwing down in the UK, and I'm looking like, whoa, wait a minute, time out.
Yeah.
But didn't Piper do some stuff over there too, right? So
yes, like Piper before.
Yes.
I mean, to answer my
WWE,
question,
Piper
she'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Before WWE, Piper was legit. So like, only getting better from here, and she probably could be in the title picture at some point. That's another.
Let's not forget.
That's another match for Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And let's not forget, fellas. I know I mentioned Alexa Bliss and Carmella. After maternity, they'll be due back soon too. But let's not forget Sonya Deville should be getting cleared real soon too.
Right.
There it is. Another one.
Yeah.
And she was doing some good wrestling when she got hurt. Like they were putting on some good matches before she got hurt, and hopefully she can get back to that.
And she's fire on the mic too. So.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Go ahead and give your final thoughts to the wrestling week. Anything that's on top of your mind, take this time to get it out, and we'll go ahead and get on out of here. Anybody want to go first?
I'll take a stab at it.
Griff.
It wasn't part of the agenda today. I'm going to go ahead and let it loose, and I ain't going to stay forever on it. But to AEW and those that try to expose CM Punk, y'all just put this dude over. Y'all made his merch sell out. Y'all made him look like the hero. So good business to y'all. God bless y'all. Hope y'all get it together over there. But it is y'all really expose yourself to trying to bash somebody who really left your company. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Y'all really put this man over, made him like a superhero. God bless you, CM Punk, and come on, whenever you're done, when your injury, come on back, brother. That's all I got to say.
The biggest dope moment in wrestling history, bro. Like, why would you show that nonsense? Sorry.
Right.
Terrible.
Coach, final thoughts.
Terrible. Oh, man. So I'm asking Triple H to please let's make sure we handle Cody's title run with care. Find the balance of not, the overexposure, making sure they still, the fans love him. But I was just thinking, hey, now that he's got the belt, let's make sure that that we do everything with a purpose, and who these challengers, and let's just make sure we keep it fresh, and let's not try to get it stale to where they're turning on him, that sooner than later. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle his reign, and let's give him a legit run with the belt, but let's also make sure it's not nothing that was similar to what Vince would do, with those guys. So with those face champions. So yeah.
Excited for the upcoming pay-per-views, or PLEs as they are now referred to. Everything being overseas except which one, Griff?
SummerSlam itself.
Is it back to SummerSlam?
Yeah, SummerSlam be the next one back in America in August.
Yep.
Excited to see those crowds and see how they respond to the WWE, right? To see that side of the WWE universe. We always talk about how the Raw after Mania is always lit because of the international crowd that is in attendance, and that's one thing I missed about not being there this year, but. But excited to see how they respond to the WWE as we go on this little run of overseas PLEs. Let's get going out of here, boys. I appreciate y'all tonight, man. Tonight was fun. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this one on up. Griff, let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Yes, sir. Over on IG, Instagram, GriffNation84, and also Twitter X, formerly known as Twitter, CGriff84.
Coach, let the people know.
All right. Yep. You can find me on IG, Coach Montay24 at IG. I got to get back in. My brother always clowns me. Got to get back into posting. So got a new WrestleMania shirt, even though I didn't attend, but I did get new WrestleMania shirt. So post coming.
Okay.
But yeah, continue to like, subscribe, and we appreciate the love last week shown. And let's continue to do it. We appreciate it.
I am Jackie Miles. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Jackie Miles 42. Follow B Dixx, our resident wise man, my bodyguard. Follow him on Cash App at B Dixx 989. Again, we appreciate all the love and support. We thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing to everything that we do on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. We appreciate y'all. Make sure that you leave a comment and we'll keep the conversation going. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling signing off. But Coach, let them know.
We ain't never tapping out.
That's the man with 37 holds. He knows a lot about tapping out. We'll see y'all next time.
Got one extra this week.
Every week, one extra.